Hi guys, Gaming Bear here. Right, today we're looking at the KV-4 KTTS, which is a Tier 8 tank destroyer on the Russian line. And you're thinking, I've never seen that. Well, it's a really ultra rare premium vehicle, which you probably will hardly ever get the chance to see. And I'm doing this review because I managed to play it recently. So there'll be some footage added to this. This is going to be the basic review, details about the tank, and then leading in with actual gameplay of me playing this tank on the Sand River map. So let's have a look at the details on this tank. So comparing it initially, let's compare it to its own opposite number. So the KV-4 at the same tier, and see how it compares. So the DPM, it's up by about 400 damage per minute. The alpha is the same, penetration is the same, so it's using the same gun, but it reloads faster, about 2 seconds or 1.9 seconds faster. So that's why you've got the additional 400 damage per minute. So the gun is identical as the KV-4. The armor is where it differs. So the dispersion is actually better. And with an aim time of 2.5 seconds instead of 2.9, it's incredibly accurate in comparison to the KV-4. Very, very much so. And it's got 0.36 dispersion instead of 0.38, which the KV-4 has got. So it's the same gun, faster firing, with a better standard of aiming. So let's have a look a little bit further at it. So shot velocity of 1.04 kilometers a second. And an ammo capacity of 90, so you've almost got twice as many rounds of ammunition as the standard KV-4, so you can do almost twice as much damage, and basically, essentially, take out the entirety of your entire team, of your opposing team, using this one tank. The top speed is 35 km/h instead of 30, and reversing, it's 10 instead of 11. Oh, whoop-de-doo, you know? Horsepower, power-to-weight ratio is even better than the KV-4, 12.03 instead of 11.28. You're thinking, what the... Yeah, so this is really, really nice. The traversing is 24 degrees instead of 18. You're thinking, why doesn't everyone have these? Well, that's one of the reasons it's being super tested, and it's ultra rare, and I was just lucky to get my hands on it and play it. Terrain resistance is 1.5, so it's down a little bit on the KV-4. And you'll see in the videos when I introduce them, you'll see it scudding through the dunes next to the T14, and you see them. The T14's just got the edge, but this is still able to motor around the battlefield, so it's really, really nice. Gun elevation is actually better than the KV-4, 20 degrees instead of 18 with the KV-4. It's a really, really nice tank. Let's have a look. Total traverse 24 degrees. Okay, now to the armor. This is where things hinge. You're looking 200, 125 and 125 on the hull. The turret 250, 125, 125 on the turret. So it's actually got better armor on the front than the KV-4. But you come to the side scraping situation, which is a bit of an issue. You'll see from the replay you think that's a little bit skewed for the gun angles. I realise my picture will be over this. It's able to shoot over to the left hand side, whereas actually in this browser it shows that it can shoot over to the right, which isn't true. It's actually over to the left, and you'll see that in the videos which are going to be associated with this. So let's have a look at the 3D model and just imagine that it's only shooting over the one side. So here's the tank, and imagine in what it shows on the previous one is that you can actually shoot over the left hand side, but you can't. It's actually over this right hand side. So, but it's actually over this side that you can shoot. So let's actually aim over so you can see the angles. Sorry, I'm getting this wrong. I'm showing it shooting over its right, my left, whereas in fact the real tank can only shoot over this side. So you have to bear that in mind, that there's something wrong with how they've set this up. So you're firing over using the gun depression over a ridge. Someone's trying to shoot at you. The turret is incredibly strong. This flat area here is 250 mil, and this is about the weakest area. Coming through, you're looking 300, 260, coming out to 300 mil, and as it starts to round through, you see it go 3 to 400 to 500 mil. Up above, you're looking 260 mil. or 260 to 270 mil on this this area at the top, and that's using its own ammunition. So you're looking either an auto bounce or around about a 15 to 25% chance of penetrating, which isn't very high. So if you've manoeuvred, you can actually be shot in the slightly weak area there, but it's only a 1 in 4 chance of it penetrating, so it's not very high. Well, 75% of the time it's going to bounce. What you need to watch out for is being shot in the frontal area here, which is 175 mil of armour, but it's flat, and it's only the equivalent of a roughly 200 mil up to about 240. So you need to try and hide this area so you don't get penetrated. And you'll see in the videos that I got penetrated a couple of times as people managed to get shots in through this area. And then after that I managed to get hull down, and everything else that came in was bouncing off these harder areas or off the turret. Which isn't really a turret, but it's effectively a turret. So this is what you can do. You can just poke over, use the tracks to absorb the damage. There's a thin area here which, if they can slide shots in, there's from about a 50% chance of it penetrating, and with the angling further back at this midpoint you're looking about a 12% chance of it penetrating, which isn't very high. So this is a slight weak spot. There's another slight weak spot here, this area here, which is 125 mil, and you can potentially penetrate this section here. So it's the same on both sides. This is a slight weak spot, and if someone gets the other side of the vehicle, you're looking 125 mil. They can shoot right the way through this, but because it can move very, very nicely, it's not really difficult, because someone could track you, and that's the only way this can be taken out. Track you and then start putting shots in through the sides, or if they can get shots into this frontal area, then that's another weak spot. But up above this, you've got a very strong tank with that really, really punchy gun. So let's look. So you're looking at 2200, 2300 damage with this gun. The 107mm, very, very nice. Now let's compare it to another really good tank, the IS-3, that everyone knows is overpowered. So let's have a look. The DPM is 500 more than the IS-3. Penetration is 2 better than the IS-3. Incredibly good. Let's have a look. Ammo capacity, you're looking 28, so it's almost got triple, well, more than triple the amount of ammo. But the Alpha, the IS-3, is 390, so it's 70 more. But it's you can pop out fire. Your armor, you could bounce the shots with that 227 mil pen. You can actually here's 225. Your armor is strong enough to bounce just about every shot from an IS-3, and now that's no mean feat. The IS-3 is overpowered, and this can go toe to toe with an IS-3 and aim at its weak spots, because the ability of the gun just to focus on weak spots and penetrate him wherever you decide to fire. And you can actually fire down through the roof of the IS-3, because this has got the height advantage as well, which is really nice. The power to weight ratio, the IS-3's got more power to weight ratio. It's 14.3 compared to 12.2, and the terrain resistance is better on the IS-3, so it's more mobile around the battlefield, but it hasn't got the gun depression. We're looking the elevation. Oh, it's actually slightly better on the IS-3. I got that wrong. The IS-3's got better gun elevation, and the gun depression is the same. Armor-wise, the sloped frontal armor of the IS-3 is not good, because the KV-4 it's higher up, and it can shoot down into the weak spots. The turret itself is very strong on the IS-3. You'll bounce most things, apart from it's got that weak area just above the gun, at the rear of the gun, which the KV-4 can take advantage of. So you can seriously go toe to toe with the KV in these sort of situations. View range is identical. Signal range is not very good. This is one area it falls down. So you have to try and stay in the centre of the battlefield to get the information from your team. It's not very good at communicating with the rest of the team, so you have to bear that in mind, or you have to try and get it on its own to stop it colleagues coming to its aid. So you need to deal with it because it can't call in help when it needs it. So track it in place, circle around it, take it apart from the sides. That's the only way you can really deal with it. As you can see from the replay, managed to move into positions, get into to that strong position, use the strong position to defend from, and then move up to take out single individuals, focus fire on them, decap, and be able to use the accuracy to take them apart, which is what the KV-4 wouldn't be able to do as effectively. So the KV-4 KTTS is a really, really nice tank, and I say if you can get your hands on it, do it, try it, have fun with it, and it's really. They say the tank cost would be around about 11,200 gold, and I don't think it's going to be a cheap vehicle. You're probably looking £50 or £60, maybe $70, something like that. Possibly the best part of $100. It's a really strong tank. If you think of an IS-3 as being overpowered, this is potentially better than the IS-3. What the IS-3 has to do is stay out of its way, and you know when something is good. The IS-3 has to stay out of its way to have a chance of surviving. That's when you know you're up against a beast. And this, the KV-4 KTTS, is a beast on the battlefield. So I'm the Gaming Bear. This is the KTTS, and I shall see you on the next one. So yes, there will be extra footage added to this of the gameplay of the KV-4, and so I hope you enjoy that. If you've got any questions, put them in, and I'll add extra footage and extra links so you can see how this performs in real life. So I'm the Gaming Bear. This is the KV-4 KTTS, and see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye.